most, and which risks do you personally worry about the most, and how does DeFi handle these extremes when they hit? Because after all, this is crypto. There's always going to another crash and another frenzy. So who wanna start first?
I can happily jump in there. So personally, especially after last week, week before last, maybe now, it's the idea of cascading liquidations, right? And it's always been that way, but where one volatile event triggers another, which triggers another, and it all just gets worse and worse and worse, right? And you're right, there's always another crash, and everyone thinks that it's super cycle and things like that, and then there's always some big event, black swan or whatever, that causes such an event. So I think all we can do is prepare for that, continue building products that try to mitigate those circumstances. So hydration, we're in the process of rolling out our protocol executed partial liquidations, nicknamed PEPL. It's actually only running on a single collator at the moment, which is like our sequencers. Essentially, this aims to liquidate positions for the absolute minimum amount that they can, rather than liquidating 50% of it like you do on just like vanilla Aave. Essentially, what this allows you to do is do these really tiny little liquidations continuously every block, rather than just like huge, massive trades, which are going to cause big slippage and therefore further liquidations. So the idea is that you're spreading them out over time. You're allowing arbitrageurs to reset the market and find that price sooner, and sort of like retain more funds for the user. So it's better for them because they obviously hold more of their assets, but also it mitigates that horrific impact. We're also developing, so what we noticed was obviously Binance, it turns out, didn't have that much liquidity in the first place, or it was very fragile. But a lot of oracles and things rely on this and weight this data quite heavily because it's Binance, right? So actually, we saw the price spike down on our oracle, I think, to say, for example, $2.10 or something. But obviously our local market on hydration was much higher. And so really liquidating users based on some external market that might not be realistic when we have a really deep market locally doesn't really make sense. So we're now developing what is sort of like an Oracle Throttle, which will have some predetermined range, let's say 10%. And if you have an Oracle update that would swing outside of that, then we would hold that. We would limit it to whatever our local one is, so that we can make sure that positions aren't getting like huge liquidations for something that, because you saw it, right? 60 cents and then you're back at $2 or whatever, right? So why would you liquidate something that's, a $1.50 liquidation price if 20 seconds later it's back above it, right? So just trying to bring in things that can just bring a bit of sense, a bit of order, rather than just like the volatility that we used to.